Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast. Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Dutta Satadip. Dutta Satadip is a tech industry veteran, thought leader, and keynote speaker who specializes in customer strategy, customer acquisition, customer retention, and scaling operations. At Pinterest and Google, he built organizations that engage customers to scale and profitability. Dutta has more than 20 years of industry experience and has held various senior leadership roles in most key operating areas, including pre-sales, business operations, product strategy, product management, product marketing, engineering, as well as consulting positions. He specializes in transforming organizations by identifying the right strategic levers to drive the business while minimizing risk. Dutta has operated extensively in both developed and emerging countries. Well, good afternoon, Dutta. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian, for having me.
This is awesome. Dude, what's really exciting about this podcast, and we're going to jump to the questions right here in a second, but I want to let you know I've written a lot of pieces on the customer experience, and this is something that I'm very passionate about as well. So I'm glad you're on the show today, and we're going to be excited to share this out with our global audience. So thanks again, Dutta. Let's jump into the questions here. You've got quite the career working as a leader, the head of customer success for companies like Google and Pinterest, and now you're the chief customer officer for ActiveCampaign. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Great question. So I've spent the last 10 years of my career really building customer organizations for companies that are growing fast and companies that have scale. And you asked the question, what sort of makes it exciting? What are some of the tidbits? Some of the things that I have found to be really true in this kind of an environment is how do you make customers really happy, but also from a business standpoint, how do you deliver it in a very scalable way? And in many ways, I feel very privileged for this opportunity at ActiveCampaign because ActiveCampaign is also growing a lot. And it also has a global customer base of our presence is in 170 countries, more than McDonald's. But what excites me really is the company is really focused on customer experience. So I think there's a lot of interesting things that I have done, and having seen some of what are the challenges of hypergrowth and scale that I have sort of seen in my previous life, I can come and apply that at ActiveCampaign.
I appreciate the share on that. And you've got quite the background to contribute to such an organization. And I really do appreciate the share. And in fact, this is going to be pretty good to share out with our audience as well. Dutta, as you know, everybody globally has had to make major shifts to adapt to this new normal in the pandemic. Could you share with us what you're doing to help your organization stay relevant in this economy?
That's such a good question. 2020 has truly been a year of pivot. And again, but personally, I didn't make a change, but from business perspective, it's been a big change for everybody. Before I answer that question, maybe it is appropriate to sort of talk a little bit about who we are and who we serve, because customer experience is always in the context of who you serve. So as ActiveCampaign, we are a customer experience automation platform. We serve over 2.5 billion experiences weekly to this global customer base of 130,000 plus customers. In doing this, there are some principles that I feel are extremely relevant for our small and medium business customers. And when I say that, I mean, there's some kind of evergreen principles that apply to almost everybody, but they probably apply even more to SMBs. And I like to sort of think about them in three buckets. How do you help set appropriate expectations with your customers? How do you drive engagement with your product or your service? And then how do you truly empower the customers to make the best choice for their business? There are lots of choices in the marketplace, and assuming you can do all three of them, it really, really can help businesses navigate the pivot in a much more constructive, stable way.
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate your perspective on the pandemic and how you address the challenges that you have as far as the customer experience. So thanks again. And Dutta, are you leveraging any new or emerging technologies within your tech stack? Anything non-proprietary you could share with our audience? And if not, maybe there's just a cool tool or app you're using.
So there's sort of two angles to this, right? Internally, we are always trying to understand what will help us deliver the best customer experience. And to do that, a big foundation is what we say we always use our own data to kind of deliver those experiences. So we have pretty big focus on ensuring that we understand our customers quantitatively as well as, I would say, thematically or qualitatively to make sure like we're doing the right thing for our customers. On the flip side of this, we're also helping our customers provide a lot of these services to their customers. And we have over 350 plus integrations that we partner with different companies. So we are our own customers in many ways. And for some of our e-com customers, it's things like integrations with Shopify, where we can help our SMB customers really win back their customers or engage with their customers on their best-selling products. For our B2B customers, there are integrations that let you track which of your contractors has availability in their workload. And then we provide automations to actually automate this entire process around availability so that people don't have to spend time doing things manually. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a balance between things we do internally are somewhat proprietary, but we do partner with many popular tech stacks, over 350 of them, to provide that value to our customers.
Yes, I really do appreciate that response. As you know, if we can augment the human effort, whether that's working in customer service or in the back office, for example, leveraging the technology to augment the service always makes it a better experience for the customer. So thanks for sharing, Dutta. And Dutta, last question. Can you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those looking to grow their career in technology or leadership?
I've been very fortunate that I've had an amazing career, but one thing I will say is I'm full of gratitude because I have had the benefit of some amazing mentors along the way. So one of the advice I'm always going to give folks is find folks who you can learn from, who you admire, because I have definitely benefited a lot from that perspective. But if you're asking a little bit sort of around skill and things that you can do yourself, I have found that being a T-shaped leader or a T-shaped professional has really helped me in my career. And when I say being a T-shaped professional, I mean having breadth in several areas, but having depth in a few. So when I look back at my own career, I have done probably 8 or 9 different roles across my career till I figured out, partly accident, partly opportunity, that I felt very strongly and passionate about customer experience. I would say that having that breadth of experience has definitely helped me drive into the depth of delivering a great outcome, which is helping our customers be successful with the platforms and then being able to scale the business at the same point in time.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so helpful. And I appreciate the insight, your wisdom, the nugget that we can share out with our global audience. And Dutta, it was a pleasure having you on today. I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye for now.